Yo, you know this thing, ne? I've got 4 gadgets. So I've got the laptop for Zoom. I've got one cell phone for Instagram, one cell phone for for Twitter. Then I've got my tablet so that I can see Facebook when they comment and if they ask questions. Yo, yes.
This is a putt to win the Masters. This is a putt to win the US Open. I put myself in these scenarios. Now, there'll be different putts, one from 3 feet, 6 feet, 10 feet, left to right, right to left. As a kid, I used to spend hours doing this. If I can't hit a putt solid, how am I going to control pace? If I can't control pace, I can't control line. I've never ended on a putt that has never gone in. I've always ended on a success.
Wide open, hit it real close to the ball. Get up! Just a little too fat. Down the hole, 2 feet in the air. Good, good.
I told you. You start wandering after that
With Tiger at the first hole. Bunk it here, Ewan, ball just above his feet, ground all going away from him.
In the second round of the 2000 Memorial Tournament presented by Nationwide, Tiger Woods tops off a dominant round of 63 with this approach shot into the 18th hole. And his reaction says it all. He's done it again. You always make it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's a good one.
You children more around here than anybody I know.
Ooh, he's chasing after this one. He likes it.
He said, come on, come on.
Oh, he should.
Look at this, way open. Going to loft it up high in the air. Oh, a little one-handed shot. It's looking good. It's in the hole. That is unbelievable.
Woods. Flop shot it is. What a touch. No way.
Oh my gosh.
Well, excellent. Got it. Got it.
Eventually.
How about a four? How about a four? Can you tell me? I guess. I'll tell you, I've seen it all today. This is unbelievable.
With the super high lob and just take his chances. Straight up. Oh, yeah, look at this, Peter. Look at this shot. Look at this. Might go in. Might go in. Might go in. It is in. That was incredible. Does that remind you of anybody? One guy. That guy.
So I'm sure you recognize that guy. I mean, if you love this game, you have to recognize the guy we just saw. And a lot of us are agonizing about this guy because we think he's no longer the same Tiger Woods that we have always known. So good evening. Welcome to 15th Club. This is my second episode live now, and this is how it's gonna be, guys. We go live, no longer my written reviews. Gonna have to get used to this new world. I'm loving it. Normally, I would be reviewing a golf course I went to or something to that effect. I didn't play golf this weekend, but I also thought it's important to talk about this because Tiger Woods came back this weekend to competitive golf since the lockdown. So he had not come back until week 5. So this has been week 5. He missed 4 tournaments. He's come back, and it's significant. He came back with the memorial. Why is that significant? He has never missed the cut at the memorial, and he didn't miss it this weekend too. But let's be honest, guys, if you're watching, it's more like others helped him, you know, to survive. I mean, he really should have missed the cut at 3 over. He should have missed the cut. Normally, that's what happens at that time. He actually thought, even the commentator said, when he missed the cut, when he finished at 3 over on Friday, that should be over. But then, of course, when people like Dustin Johnson were shooting 16 over and KJ Choice shooting 17 over, and I mean, yeah, I mean, when someone like DeChambeau moved from 1 over to 7 over in one hole, then it gave Tiger a chance to survive. So, but I watched Tiger, and again, I want to repeat some of the statistics that we know about this man. I mean, guys, this is a guy who's won 82 times on tour. That's level to the highest with Sam Snead. So him and Sam Snead have done 82, nobody else. The closest guy on tour to Tiger Woods has won 44 times, and that's Phil Mickelson. That's the closest guy playing with him on tour now. And he will never get to 80, at least not on the Open Tour. He'll probably, if he mixes it with the Seniors Tour, which he just started. So 82 is a huge number for Tiger Woods. 15 majors. That's 3 behind all-time lead of Jack Nicklaus. Again, who's the closest on tour with the majors? I think I've got my stats here, and I need to look at them so that I don't get it wrong. But in terms of majors, with 15 majors, he's again way ahead of anybody who's competing with him currently. So, frankly, I don't believe that Tiger is failing anyway. We need to readjust. I think we've got something a bit wrong about Tiger Woods, and that includes myself. I mean, after his problems a few years ago with the women, and then he went off the tour for a while, and he came back and was battling to make it. I'm one of those who said, nah, his best is behind him. I mean, I even wrote him off that he could win another major. So when he won the Masters again to make 15, it was a great thing. But I believe, like most of you, I got it wrong. We all had gotten it wrong. When you look at a man who's got 82 majors, who's got 15 majors, 82 wins on tour, and we need to remember that this is a guy who matched Hogan, who matched Hogan's best record, 1-year record. He made it in 1999. His 3rd year on tour, Tiger Woods won 11. He won 10 victories, 10 tours, 10 tournaments in 1999. That was his 3rd year as a pro. By then, he was already matching Byron Nelson, who had made the 10 in 1945. So between 1945 and 1999, nobody had done that. This was to be matched by Vijay Singh, I think in 2008 or something like that. 2006, 2007, Vijay Singh matched Tiger Woods. So it's record upon record upon record of one man. I mean, this is the same guy who made 142 consecutive events without missing the cut. 142, guys. Nobody had done any better. 113 was the record before then. He made 142 without missing the cut. Who's going to ever reach that? Think about it. I mean, I reckon we've got amazing golfers on tour currently. But who's going to make 142 tournaments without missing the cut? Not many. I don't even think anybody. Again, his scoring average, 68.17 is his average. That's the lowest scoring average on tour ever. Closest to him is again Byron Nelson at 68.33. Dustin Johnson, who's on tour now, has got a 68.84. He's the closest, Dustin Johnson. He may break, that one is breakable. Somebody may still make a lower scoring average. But let us not fool ourselves, guys. Tiger Woods has done best. By the way, however, having said that, I don't agree with the notion that he's the greatest of all time, because I think it's both wrong in English and in logic. You can't say of all time because we were not there in 1921. He was not there either. We won't be there in 2092. He won't be there either. So the notion of all time, guys, we should just bury it. It's just poor English. He's the greatest of recent time, maybe even of current time, but not of all time. In pure English, that doesn't work. So I never call anybody greatest of all time. Not Muhammad Ali, not Tiger Woods, not Donald Trump. That's a joke. That's a joke. Nobody calls Donald Trump great, let alone of all time. So let me tell you what I think is happening. I mean, I watched him on Friday. So having shot 1 over on the opening day, and then by the time he was 4 over on day 2, I saw something happening. And that strengthened my argument about Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods has done it all, and what we've seen will stay in the record books forever. He's no longer playing to win tournaments for tournament's sake. That's what other people on tour are doing. He's no longer even playing to make the cut. He plays for records now. That is why he's so picky about where he plays. I mean, he plays the fewest tournaments than any other golfer on tour, because he comes there to get another major. He comes there to win his 83rd. He comes there not to miss another cut at the Memorial. He plays for records. And that's how we should view him. We should stop stressing when Tiger Woods does not win. And as I say, I saw him on Friday. When he was 4 over, he was spraying the ball all over. He was hitting and just walking after hitting. He was not there because he could tell, I'm not winning this one. So why stress? Now, if you watch golf because you want Tiger Woods to win every tournament, you're going to be so stressed and the man is going to be having too much fun. He's not there. He is certainly, take it from me, he is past that stage. Tiger Woods is there for the records. He's not even there for the paycheck, man. Here's a guy who plays less golf than anybody else and earns more from golf than anybody else. Less tournaments, more checks. So why do we think he should be going to Russia to win the workday tournament? Like, really? Why bother? No, he's there to win 18 majors, hopefully to even pass 18 and pass Jack Nicklaus. He's about to pass Sam Snead. We know he will pass Sam Snead with 82 tournaments on tour. There is no doubt about that. So if you're going to watch Tiger Woods and compare him to Jordan Spieth or KJ Choi or whoever is there, or Tony Finau, who is, by the way, about to disappoint us badly, those guys have to win. Tony Finau has been on tour for 4 seasons.
This is a putt to win the Masters.
One victory in his bag. He's the guy who needs to win more. You know, the guy who's now gone out to change his body and eat differently and buffed so much, DeChambeau. DeChambeau is wanting to win. He wants to win. He needs to put a major in his wins. He's got now what, 3 or 4 wins on tour. He needs a major. Those are the guys who are looking for wins. Spieth and McIlroy won very early in their 20s. I think they've plateaued. I hope they have not, for their sake. They can count that they've got majors and stuff like that, but they will never have what Tiger Woods has. So those are the guys who are chasing more victories. They're chasing more numbers. He's chasing records. And I think the only way to look at Tiger Woods on tour, that will make our lives so easy, Those of us who like him, those of us who idolize him, and trust me, I've got lots of friends who idolize him. They even speak for him when he makes a bad shot. It's as if God just made a mistake. But you'll do yourself a great favor by accepting that he is not on tour like everyone else. There's everybody on tour, and then there's Tiger Woods. And he's decided that's how he wants to be judged. He's not going to stress about anything else. He will come back and play all the majors. Will he play in the FedEx? He probably won't, because he's not played enough tournaments and he's not winning. But if he gets into the FedEx, he will want to win the FedEx, because that's another record. He's the only guy currently to have taken the FedEx twice. Nobody else has done that. So he'll go for that record should he make the cut for the FedEx. So that's what he's playing for. So when we switch on our televisions here, at least in this part of the world, in the evening, on a Thursday, and Tiger Woods is in the lineup and is going to play, I say to you, look for what he's playing for. What record could he make by teeing off on that day? Don't look for him to go and win and take a check at some tournament. Been there, done that. He's ticked that box. He reminds me of Usain Bolt. I mean, most of us did not know that. In between the meetings, in between the Olympics, he ran to beat himself. He did not run to win the race. Of course, to beat himself, he had to win the race because he was the leading guy. Because for every time he broke his record, he got $1.5 million from his sponsors. So he was no longer running to beat the other guys. He was running, and he actually would slow down at the end because he gives himself room to win the next one. He can't outrun himself so that he doesn't win the next one. That's what Usain Bolt was doing. And all he was waiting for was another 4 years to go to the Olympics and win his races and hopefully win the relay, hoping that the other 3 guys perform as good as him so that he gets that one. That's a record. But in between the Olympics, he was winning checks to beat himself. Everybody else can run and become best number 2, which is what is happening now on tour. Everybody else is best number 2. They will make their own names elsewhere. Tiger Woods has done that. And that's the purpose of my post today, to say, let's relax. I have learned to, I used to agonize, then got to a point where I wrote him off, but then I have rebooted and realized, no, I misread. This man is on a completely different level. He is saying to the world, there is the PGA Tour and there is Tiger Woods. So it's up to you. You're gonna watch me and compare me to the tour, or you're gonna watch me and enjoy me breaking another record. And it will take him long, because if he plays this way, it will take him long to get to 18 majors. It won't take him long to get to 83 on tour. He's gonna do that very soon, but live with that. So he's not gonna go on 1 year and win 3 majors. Suppose that time is a bit tough. It's no longer there. But look at this play now. He's actually solid. He's a solid player. He hits the ball very well. I reckon he makes mistakes, but I don't see any part of his game off the game. There was a time 3-4 years ago when his driver was completely dead. He's back. He's finding fairways. He's hitting well. Not as long as the young boys anymore, but he's still long as Tiger Woods can hit. But Tiger Woods is playing for something else. And maybe the record of the longest hitter will then go to DeChambeau. At this rate, he's making a mockery of everybody else on tour. Not Mr. Woods, not Elridge Tiger Woods. He is chasing another record. And we're going to see another record soon. Take it from me. I put it to you like Barry Rue would put it to you. We're going to see another record very, very soon. And for as long as he's on tour, he will make more money than anybody else on tour, because even the sponsors are now looking for the guy with the best records. They are now sponsoring that brand. They're not looking for him to be world number 1. In fact, that's a record I forgot to check, but I think he's the player who stayed longest as world number 1 than anybody else in the history of the game. Longest. They even had to change their point system. I think they did, because they realized if we don't reboot it every year, we'll never catch up with this man. He will be world number one until he dies. Because in the past, your points accumulated even for the next year. Then they rebooted because they realized he's just alone in the game. So the greatest of our time, of recent time, is enjoying his game. I urge you to enjoy the game with him. I urge you to watch the game and see him break records. I urge him to watch him again come back to win another major, and it's going to happen, I reckon, in the next season. He's going to win another major, maybe even 2. He will reach 90 victories on tour before he even goes to seniors, in my view. He will get to the seniors with that kind of body. He will start making new records on the seniors tour, more than Fred Couples, who has dominated the seniors tour since it has become so professionalized. It belongs to Fred Couples. Tiger Woods is going to get there. At 50, he'll still look like a 44-year-old, which is what he is today. And he's going to own that seniors tour. And he'll still come back to the Open Tour from time to time for the majors to compete. And you look at the guys who have gone on to the seniors tour to come back and compete on the Open Tour, they battle. They don't even make many cuts. I mean, I can't even remember tournaments where we saw a senior who really gave the Open Tour, a bit of a shock, and this guy is back. They're battling. He will come back and still show us some magic on the Open Tour. So that's my view. I was hoping to engage. I was hoping to see comments, but we will get there. I'll forgive you for not having comments. I see the waves on Instagram. I see people participating, at least viewing on Twitter. I see there are people participating on Facebook, but there are no comments or questions, and that's fine. This is my spot to rant. It's me giving my views about what I see out there. So remember, this platform is still for basic reasons. This platform is for you to tee off, to experience the game, and to share. So you must go onto the platform. If you've played a round of golf, tell us about it. Tell us about a particular hole. Tell us about your caddy. Tell us about the treatment on the course. Tell us about that wonderful or horrific shot that you made. Let's share. It's about social golf. This game is better if we share our experiences about it. I think as social golfers, we're spending too much time stressing about the game. It's about time we enjoy this and not stress. The guys who should stress are the guys who are playing now in Dublin, Ohio. Those are the guys who should be stressing. Every shot could cost you a couple $100,000. Not us. I mean, even when we bet, the normal guys, I mean, there's $100 going in there, $50 there, maybe 200. There are crazy guys who bet crazy money, but as a social golfer, I don't think we should be doing that really. We play this for fun. So until we meet again, go and tee off, experience the beautiful game of golf, and share. But before we even part, let me repeat, please watch Tiger Woods differently from now onwards. It will make your life easy. Enjoy what we are watching. We are watching a guy just enjoying himself and chasing another record. See you soon.
Well, I was at about probably 6 feet out. Match was over, and I might have gone to the half, maybe a little early, but it was over.